They say the desert does something to you. Perhaps that was it. I'd been 3 years in the East on my mission. I'd gone to the most fearful city in the world and bearded the demons in their lair. I'd nearly died in the worst inferno on the face of the globe. It might have done something queer to my mind, because in the middle of the night I'd wake up and think about the Chemlam's curse. And this concludes another chapter of The Llama Song by the Green Llama. Perhaps we'll continue that next week. Should probably stop throwing around copy number 37 of 750 limited edition. Anyway, welcome to another late night stream with Purblind Gamer. And happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate. And hey, Stockforwarder, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, I know. I was supposed to stream last night, but I was incredibly tired last night. I just lay down for, half an hour before stream and woke up 3 hours later, which was enough to mess up my sleep schedule. Beautiful. But I felt bad, so figured I would stream a little tonight to make up for it. Get us a bit further in gray matter. Hopefully not redo a bunch trying to figure out where I went wrong or what I missed like last time. Even though I know plenty of my American viewers will probably be asleep by this point because they ate a lot of turkey today, and turkey puts people to sleep. Also, because it is exceedingly late. Most of my streams seem to be exceedingly late. Oh well. I had a pretty chill Thanksgiving. Just me and two of my roommates who were still sticking around town. They're not going home to see our families because, if your family lives far away, it's not exactly cost effective. And it was cool. We ate food and then we watched Superbad, which is a comedy movie that people were obsessed with and I hadn't seen before. And then we watched Tremors, which is a classic science fiction movie that I realized when we were watching it, I hadn't seen it since Dad got it from the video store when I was in 10th grade. That's been a while, now that one reflects upon it. Huh. And now we're continuing with grey matter. Oh, and thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple of streams. They're a messed up schedule. On Monday, we played the first 3 Barista games by Blendo Games. A bit on the short side. One of these days we'll play Barista 4. And on Sunday, we played more of Doom 64. And I began to learn just how much this game loves to kill you. Why, some of that's downright unfair. But Doom games haven't always been fair, have they? I think no big announcements, I don't think. Maybe more coming up in the near future. Yeah. I wonder. It's weird. I wonder if the problem with my mouse sometimes not responding is not something due to my mouse itself, and it's something due to Doom 64. I haven't noticed that when I'm just, browsing, like using the computer in general. I should probably look into that before Sunday's stream. I should probably do a lot before Sunday. I'm on vacation, which means I should catch up on work. Funny how that works. Oh well, just a few more weeks till the long vacation and I get to go home. Yeah, where were we in Grey Matter? Well, we play as a magician who's sort of wormed her way into being the assistant of a somewhat renowned scientist at a creepy old English house. And she found a bunch of Oxford students for him to perform an experiment on. And after the night of the experiment involved them thinking about a certain racetrack, and then the next morning it turns out that a bunch of patterns had appeared at the racetrack, almost like crop circles. And Sam, our protagonist, has been running some errands and also trying to find out more about Dr. Sykes, who was one of the great scientists, but now not exactly disgraced, but feared, and apparently has enemies at Oxford. And there was a terrible accident, which may be why he wears a mask. And I booted up the game beforehand to see if it was having that problem where it starts running at like extremely slow and you have to reboot the computer, but it doesn't seem to be. Yay. Here's my overlay. We just talked to the 5th member of the experiment, and I kind of think we've done everything we can here. We're going to try and get into the library, but a student ID. Paper shredder.
It's a paper shredder.
Do you have a trick involving a shredded newspaper?
That reference librarian is keeping an eagle eye on this barricade.
Yeah, they must have a lot of problems with non-students coming in and stealing the rare books. Oh, right. That was the rebus. We already solved that puzzle. We read the experiment plan. Submitted by Dr. David Sykes, 2005. Purpose: to test the effects of visualizing different types of exercise on the heart rate, blood pressure, brain activity, and electrical impulses sent to the muscle tissue. 8 sessions, running in October '05. 6 students aged 18 to 24. Located at Dread Hill House. MRI equipment already installed in the Dread Hill House laboratory. 6 beds already on site. The subjects will be led through a mental visualization process for each proposed exercise. The physical activity will be imagined in detail and in real time. fMRI and heart rate monitors will be used to record subjects' heart rate, blood pressure, and brain activity. The data will then be compared to that of subjects in the same age range who participated in actual sporting activities. See Lauren and Wells, The Effects on the Brain of Track and Field Athletics, 2002, to determine in what ways and how closely the brain and body are capable of mimicking actual activity using visualization techniques. Jogging on horsepath track.
Streamer,
was
game
where
on
it
stream,
took place
streamer, I'm
last
afraid.
night.
Streamer, you must pause my
Oh.
stream, streamer got a raid. Here's a raider leading raiders, welcome
Just got
raider,
a raid
welcome
from
raiders. Are the raiders
SeekYeWisdom.
alligators? Raider, grackle.
Welcome in, Seek. How are you doing? How was your last stream? I was lurking there a little bit earlier. You guys, please go check out SeekYeWisdom, who is a mostly retro streamer, plays some console, some computer games. And he doesn't stream often, but I always love hanging out when he does stream. And welcome in, everybody. I'm Purblind Gamer. I'm a legally blind retro and variety streamer who plays a mixture of action and adventure and quite a bit of horror games. And tonight we're playing more of Grey Matter, which is one of the later games by the developer who is famous for the Gabriel Knight trilogy. And you guys should also check out Haggard Hessian, who's a variety streamer. I love hanging out in his streams. It's great to see you guys. I appreciate the raid. Oh, you're playing Super Mario RPG, Hessian. Nice. Oh, you're too kind, Seek. Really appreciate you guys coming here, and my pleasure. Yeah, we're just getting started for the night, trying to figure out what exactly we're supposed to be doing. We need to get into this library. Oh yeah, my pleasure, Hessian. And yeah, we need a student ID though, and don't have anything I can use as a student ID.
I'm not getting into the library without a student ID. Guess it's time to scare one up.
So, and I think we've done everything else we can now, so. Less likely to be anyone here. I'm gonna go and see if we can't find one of our friends. Steal an ID from them. What's that? Woman selling flowers.
She's selling wildflowers. Hi, I'll take a bunch of flowers.
God bless you, miss.
Now I've got a flower for you. Ready?
Oh, isn't that lovely? Beautiful. Thank you, miss.
Don't stay out here too long, will you? You'll catch a cold.
Oh, God bless you.
Oh, we had a flower to give her. Can't find any of our friends here. We'll try going back to St. Edmund's Hall. Unlikely they'd be in any of the stores. Anybody still around? Oh.
I don't
we've
need
been
to go inside.
Wait. Use that to see what we're able to interact with. the problem with not playing the game for a week. There's even less chance you'll remember. Doesn't seem to be anybody else here. I didn't check up the tower, did I? Oh. Yeah, it's... I don't know if it's exactly horror, but it's kind of creepy. The intro made it seem like a horror game. It's a very atmospheric and strange adventure where sort of our character is a magician traveling England who sort of lucked into this position as the assistant for a neurobiologist performing strange experiments. And so we helped him find students for the experiments. And now we're trying to understand our employer better and also get into that damned library. Here. Oh dear, we walked through the door. But it really seems like a pretty good game so far. See, we still can't go in here.
An Alice in Wonderland gift shop? Not really my thing.
Yeah. We're already in this pub.
Good day to you, miss.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I would go into the Alice in Wonderland gift shop. That sounds cool.
He's really into that game.
Yeah. We've already solved the puzzle here, so unlikely. I'm wondering if this will get increasingly creepy. But I remember hearing that, especially the first Gabriel Knight game was a slow burn kind of horror.
It must be a real hoot watching tourists try to blow that horn.
Have a notebook, but it only like records everything that she said and the conversation we've had. It doesn't record. It doesn't like give us, you know, oh, these are the list of tasks you're working on. Something. Oh. Is that our cell phone? What's the house phone?
Dread Hill House, this is Sam speaking. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't need to send anyone else over. Dr. Stiles no longer needs an assistant. I mean, he's already hired someone else. No, not a student. It turned out a family member was available. A niece. So you can just close out that request. Yes, I am sure. All right? Thank you. I am so going to get busted. Mrs. Dalton might have answered that. God, I really should fess up. I can't. They'd hit the eject button in 10 seconds flat. Better give it some more time and show what I can do.
Yeah. This position pays decently. Get to live in this house. Wrangled so that we get meals. And the original assistant, like, got, looked like she got carried away by a mysterious figure right as she was arriving, so we took her place. Yeah. Oh wait, we actually have flowers. Maybe that's why you can interact with the vase.
I have just the place for these. There.
Hopefully Dr. Sykes won't mind.
(2002? Someone's a pack rat.
Which might be when the accident happened.
A little light reading? No thanks.
It was... We did the filing and we took the receipt over to the infirmary. Is there anything else we were supposed to do?
That was almost too easy. I feel guilty for taking his money.
Yeah, we finished all that.
That was almost...
That's that article about him. Oh, thanks, Seek. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you get a good night's sleep, and thanks so much for the raid. Always great to see you. And happy Thanksgiving. I forgot to say that. A few more minutes, anyway. Let me file these.
Dr. Stiles writes well, but I don't believe in psi powers or the power.
I remember thinking there was something else about the files last stream, but what it was, I can't remember. Oh. Oh, that's nice. That worked out. Thanks. Anything else about the link weather?
Nothing exciting in here.
Yep. Hey, that was where we got Linkweller's article from.
Wow.
Oops.
This looks like a very pointed attack on Styles' scientific...
Yeah. Very strong professional disagreements.
Nothing exciting. Nothing
Behind the phone. I don't think that's going to be any further use. I think we... And looked around here. Did we try to use the computer?
I better not touch Dr. Styles' computer. He's not exactly the forgiving type.
Yeah, but I'm his assistant. You want your assistant to do computer work, right?
The door's locked. Of course, that means I actually have to stay here for at least a week.
That's what she said.
Styles paid me a week in advance. It feels good not to be stone broke. Of course, that means I actually have to stay here for
Yeah, I
at
can
least
go
a
around
week.
blowing my wages on wildflowers now. I think somebody barely making ends meet would be a little bit thriftier. Oops. Let's go back to see if there's anything else she said about the library. I do think that's what we are supposed to do next. We were talking with the students. Yeah, here it is. That's right, we have their numbers. Couldn't we just ask to borrow, or one of them to let me into the library, maybe? I think that's worth a shot. Yeah. Forgetting about having a cell phone. The only ones we got were Harvey and Helena.
No reason to call there at the moment.
Me and my bright ideals.
No reason to call there at the moment. No reason to call there at the moment. No reason to call there at the moment.
Let me go upstairs and see if there's an ID that I missed. That could then be turned into a student ID. Conceivably. Have we been in the spare room?
I guess none of these rooms have been used since the clinic closed.
If that's not a reason to poke around, I don't know what is. Hey. Those old long ears.
A letter from the foster care department back in D.C. I don't need to take it. I'm almost done reading it. Trey Gothic. I don't need to carry it around, though. A towel is the most massively useful thing a hitchhiker can have.
No, nothing there.
Houdini sure is digging this room. He looks happy.
Ah, if he likes the room, why don't we let him out of the cage? Let him, trot around a bit. Oops. Say hi to Mrs. Dalton while we're here.
Hello.
Hey!
No, we can't say hi to Mrs. Dalton while we're here. Beyond what we already did.
It's locked.
Still can't go in there. We haven't been back here today. I don't know there's anything to do, though. Paintings.
These look old and a bit moldy.
Well, maybe it's not wise to store paintings in the garage, is it?
The bike will have to wait until I've got a bit more cash. I think that's a Bentley under there. Nice. Cool tower. I wonder what it was used for.
Yeah, good question. Okay, the game did say there was some color coding, like the borders of each location on the map tell you if there's anything else important there. But I can't remember what the colors were, and I can't see it anyway. Did I miss something at the infirmary?
Employees only.
I'm just curious if they put this first aid kit back in the right place after we hid it.
Definitely not my style. I'll leave them hanging here. The nameplate on the door says Dr. Linkweller. The nameplate on the door says Dr. Linkweller.
Susan didn't throw us out after the whole slicing our thumb with her letter opener incident.
According to the plaque on the desk, she's Susan Whittier, Mr. Headley's assistant.
Yeah, it's like I thought we've done everything here. What if you have to call them while you're at the library? Worth a shot. Yeah, maybe my mouse is starting to freeze random times.
No reason to call there at the moment. No reason to call there at the... No reason to call there at the moment.
That was worth a shot.
No reason to call there. I'm not getting into the library without a student ID. Guess it's time to scare one up.
And there's no magic I can use here. Unless... I mean, could I shred the newspaper and... If I told them I shredded my student ID, I doubt they'd let me in.
The postcard says the trial of Archbishop Cranmer, Christ Church Cathedral.
It's more just part of that puzzle. That was everything. Why do I still have the flowers if I put them in the vase?
Probably some famous graduates.
Wait. Helena?
Helena! Helena!
No reason to call her,
What
just
are you
yell
doing?
at her across the
Why
library.
don't you come inside?
I left my ID in my room. Can I swipe yours?
No, you'll get me expelled, goth girl. Besides, walking is good exercise.
Yeah, well, loaning me your ID is good exercise, too.
Come on! Just one swipe. I'll do it so no one can see.
No, I had to go twice to get a decent picture on my ID. I'm not going to risk getting it confiscated.
God, you're so vain.
You can do that? Get your ID redone?
I told them I lost it. What can they say? I had no choice. The picture was hideous.
I guess those are bracelets.
I didn't expect to find you in the library. How hard can art history be?
Hard enough. But if you want to know why I'm here, Charles Ettington.
Well, good luck with the stalking.
Wait, Charles is here?
That bad, huh? Hard to believe. Do you still have the old ID? Let me see.
It's awful.
Let me see.
The second one is much better. Don't you agree?
What exactly is the difference? And which one's the new one? Let's see if I can zoom in more. Okay, chat, which one do we think looks better? Left or right? Oh, wait. Oh, it says old. Oh, that's useful. Insult the old one?
God, I didn't think it was that hideous. I'll burn it when I get back to my room.
I can burn it. I've experienced burning things in large, inexplicable fire barrels on Oxford campuses.
Well, I think the new one is much better.
Shoot. Should we convince her that the old one was better? Wait, oh, trick. The paper shredder's right there.
Huh, I like that one, but it doesn't really make sense in this case.
Yeah, the noisemaker. We have a noisemaker. Yeah.
I could use that trick, but I need to place something in the environment first. This noisemaker makes a grinding noise. It sounds like a garbage disposal or a blender.
I appreciate them calling it shredded paper. It gives us an excellent hint how to use it.
This noisemaker...
Put it near there.
There.
So. Take, manipulate, misdirect. Take right, I assume? Yeah. Just noticed Sam appears to have a ring. That would come in handy. Right. Manipulate left. And vanish left. I think that's right. Oops. And wait, vanish. Right. The librarian's still watching us.
Helena! Helena!
Shh.
Hey,
What?
I actually like the first photo better. It's the way you were sitting.
You're hallucinating. Show me.
No, it was a trick at the light. The first one really is awful. God. Ugh. You're right. You should burn it. In fact,
Why did you do that?
you said you were gonna burn it. I'm sorry. Did you want it?
So kind of you to spare me all that tedious labor. God, you're a freak. And I thought I was bad.
Oh, you are. Trust me. Yep, just me, an ordinary Oxford student, using the ordinary Oxford Library for ordinary research.
Stacks of blank paper. I don't need any right now, but it's nice to know Oxford is generous with office supplies. Hi.
How may I be of service?
Where can I find information about the professors here at Oxford?
Ah, that depends. To whom do you refer?
Dr. David Stiles, neurobiology.
Start with the library catalogue. You can access it on the computers over there.
Kind of thought she was going to say, "We don't talk about that doctor here anymore." So many books. Olis. Is that a strawberry or an acorn? Like in this world, instead of Apple computers, there are strawberry computers. Hell, for all I know, there are in Britain. November of '98. The London Times. Royalty and other distinguished gentlemen. The big event this past weekend was the Egerton Soiree, an annual event not to be missed by the rich and fabulous. The star of the evening was to be Prince Charles, who arrived at the party solo. Prince Charles, does he even exist anymore? He seemed to be quite enjoying his newly divorced status, but in truth, all of the single dames were not lining up to meet the Prince of Wales, but the Prince of Oxford, Dr. David Stiles. As if being devastatingly handsome and the scion of a wealthy family weren't enough, he's a shocking star at university. He's become a well-known figure thanks to his popular articles and TV appearances, doing for neurobiology what Stephen Hawking did for physics. This reporter can't help but wonder how he'll find time to fit in his lectures with all the party invitations he's receiving. Yeah, well, This reporter sounds like they just want to go to more parties.
That's the article I got from David's filing cabinet.
Ah. Not available. No JSTOR back then, I suppose. Spring is for lovers. Romance is a hot topic in the spring. All creatures, great and small, get that Twitter-pated look in their eyes and pair off to do what comes naturally. Frederica Friedmont and Jeremy Stanton were seen canoodling over drinks at a posh London nightclub. Actress Marie Laurel and businessman Dominic Durst were outed when they were caught red-handed in Hyde Park. But the biggest it couple this spring has to be Clara Bow. Oh no, different it. Has to be Dr. David Stiles, the Oxford neurobiologist, who has been considered the bachelor of the season, and his new flame, Laura Edmundthorpe, the beautiful daughter of Lord Edmundthorpe. The pair have been inseparable since meeting at a New Year's Eve celebration, and they don't seem to care who knows it. Ah, young love. Stiles, Hopkins, tops in student poll. This year's Ox Stew. Okay, that's a great name. This year's Ox Stew Students' Choice Poll ranked Christchurch and Queen's as the favorite colleges among Oxford students. Favorite local restaurant went to Stew Pot on St. Giles. Fitzgerald's won the best Oxford pub, Smoking the nearest competitor by 10-1. Among professors, Felix Hopkins, who teaches medieval history at Queen's, and David Stiles of the Radcliffe Neurobiology Department drew the year's top honors. A favorite part of Hopkins' crusade lectures is a battle reenactment at Christchurch Meadows, which has become a great hurrah for participants and spectators alike. Stiles is a 5 thanks to his fresh and exciting approach to the study of the mind and human potential. God, why don't colleges in America do cool things like battle reenactments? Fairy tale weddings. August weddings were bigger and bolder than ever this year. The Marquis de Chalfort and her American husband, Frank Lovitz, overflowed Winchester Cathedral with white roses and created quite a spectacle for their 300-plus guests. Garish? It's all a matter of taste, darling, and money. When it comes to understated elegance, nothing topped the union of Laura Edmundthorpe and Dr. David Stiles in Westminster Abbey. A bride was a radiant blonde beauty in a pale white satin sheath, all the better to create nail-biting envy over her long and lean figure. David Stiles created quite a contrast with his striking dark looks and black tux. 2 white horses pulled their carriage off into the sunset, and no doubt into a perfect future. Bodleian Library Archives. Car accident claims the life of prominent socialite.
Dr. David Stiles and his wife Laura Edmundthorpe Stiles left a fundraising dinner in Oxford last evening and were driving home when their car was hit broadside. According to eyewitnesses, the second vehicle was hurtling down a crossroad at a tremendous speed. It ran a give way sign and plunged into... Laura Stiles was pronounced dead on the scene, and David Stiles was rushed.
Samantha, please. They're not coming home.
Come on, kid, time to go. Come on, kid, time to go.
If you'll stand me, if you smirked, refuse to share, yes, I'd win you in that day.
She lost her parents. Is there anything that she didn't read? Her Bentley. Oh, maybe it's the same car that was in the garage. Styles was thrown from the car. We've read all the articles, right? Make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah.
That's the article.
I think that anything else I need to search is there.
Thank God Helena is the vainest creature on the planet. That's all I've got to say.
Vanity has its place.
If I had to search through all this, I'd never see daylight again. There must be a way to look up something specific. I don't have anything to ask her about right now.
So that's all we really came here for. Can't go in Linkweller's office. There's nothing here we haven't already taken care of. Church.
No point going in.
Since it's mentioned the Christchurch Meadows.
There's a big meadow out that way. I don't have time for a stroll at the moment.
No reenactments today. Just need to go. finished our work for today. We found all we could from the infirmary and the library. You know what I shouldn't have done was look up the colors. It told us that different locations on the map can be outlined with. And I can at least ask which is which color.
Wow. This looks like a very pointed attack on Styles' Scientific American article. That had to hurt.
Right. I think Weller and Styles don't get along. I should save at any rate. Oh damn, we're almost at the end of chapter 2. Just one or two more things I have to do. What? It's always weird when like you start a scene and you can't figure out. Oh, there she is. It's like, where's Sam? She camouflages so well. Soon we're not going to be able to call the doctor.
No reason to call there at the moment.
Heck with it. I'm going to look up a hint. Oh yeah, the stuffed crow. So awesome. And, you know, the many skulls of the many people that Dr. Styles has killed over the years. Yeah, because I'm so close. I really do appreciate they included a PDF walkthrough with the game. We did all that. Stole that. Sliced that. Xeroxed that. That. There's a sympathy card in the files that we have to find. I thought I'd been through the files thoroughly, but maybe not. If I found something I could pick up, I would pick it up.
Patient case files. Scientific articles and stuff. Nothing exciting in here.
Call of the... Oh, unconscious. I thought it said Call of the Unicorns.
Interesting.
Cards.
This is signed by a bunch of people in the neurobiology department. I should see if I can find a personnel list to compare it with.
I probably just missed this drawer. Susan. Not seeing old Linky though.
Nothing exciting in here.
I must have taken it.
Interesting. This is signed by a bunch of people in the neurobiology department. I should see if I can find a personnel list to compare it with.
Right, what am I thinking?
I'm kind of curious to see who signed it and who didn't.
Headley. Chambers. Bartlett. Leslie something. Joss. Niels Fitzpatrick or Niall. Simon. Pissel. Greg Lloyd. Grease. Grease Lloyd. Susan, of course. Root Tetterman. Oh, Ross Tettenden. I was close. That must be Gertrude Cloyd. Cross him off. And Isaac Yarman.
Abram
Or
Linkweller must be
Yarmin.
the enemy in the department.
Yes. Frightfully obvious of him.
Abram Linkweller must be the enemy in the department.
The head lab rat has arrived.
You call us rats one more time and I'll castrate you.
Lambs.
What?
We're lambs,
She has
not rats.
sunglasses, not a
The
mask.
Lambs Club. What's that supposed to mean?
I like it.
It's better than rats. Brilliant, darling.
Oh, fine, the Lambs Club. But what about Styles? What about the mad scientist who's sucking our brains dry?
He's doing no such thing.
Harvey.
Yeah, well, he's weird enough to do it.
Come on, Harvey. He's not your punchline. People are always afraid of what they don't understand. Are you
No one
so perfect
understands
and
you.
popular that you can point the finger of weirdness at David Styles? Are any of you? The man has been through hell. His wife was killed right in front of him in an accident. He himself was badly burned. And he must have gone through God knows how many skin grafts. But he's not mentally damaged. Or even weird. I heard it myself from an expert who's seen Dr. Styles' medical reports. There's nothing wrong with him. He just likes his privacy. And can you blame him when everyone is so vicious? As for me, if I hear one more person pass on that lame gossip, I'm going to personally stuff it back down their throats.
So you don't believe the gossip, then?
Who told you about Styles' medical reports?
Mr. Headley.
I never believed anything bad about Dr. Styles.
The man can do what he likes as far as I'm concerned. My family is legendary for eccentrics. My grandmama liked to get naked on the roof and wave to planes. Well, who doesn't? But what about the track?
What?
I've seen the plan for the experiment myself.
Hey, Slarty,
It's
welcome
routine.
in.
Even the department head approved it. The prank at the track is completely unrelated. Dr. Styles is perfectly normal.
Might be taking it a little far, Sam.
System in America. Hundreds of thousands of children in the U.S. are wards of the state, farmed out to private homes, and sometimes home after home after home. The foster family is paid a stipend, leading some families to take in 2 or 3 physical abuse and even child labor law infringements.
I'm doing well, thanks, Slarty. How are you? Wait. That's... Are we? Oh, we're playing as Dr. Styles now? That's a twist. Left for smokes because she burned to death. Slarty, that's... I'm not saying it's not funny. That's dark, though. You guys, please go check out Slarty Bardfest. He's a variety streamer. Was it you were playing last? Oh, right. God of War. You've been playing through several of those, haven't you? But I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Oh, wait, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, do you? I forget who's from which country sometimes. Yeah, of course. We should save. Oh. We get to explore more of the houses. The doctor.
I don't know why I carry my wallet. I hardly ever leave the house. The key to my private lab. Not even Mrs. Dalton is allowed in there.
You must look at everything.
Laura used to brush her hair every night before bed. Laura loved to curl up in that chair and read, especially on stormy nights.
Oh, you made it through 3 God of War games so far. You're starting Ghosts of Sparta. How many are there, like? Are there 5 total now? I lost count. I know and I heard a little bit about the last one, or maybe at this point it was the next to last one.
The balcony that overlooks the back garden. I haven't used it since Laura left.
8, wow. It's a long-running series. I'm gonna play those. I know I at least have the first 1 or 2.
I read the driest science books I can find, but not even that can put me to sleep at night.
Have you tried morphine? Just saying, you're, a biologist, well, and something else, but you should know that there are ways to put the human body and mind to sleep.
Laura.
What was that? Oh, sculpture. Sculpture, got it.
I know I felt Laura in that bed this morning.
Oh, that's what it was when he woke up. Looks like a canopy bed. Oh, the God of War Ascension has somewhat weird battle mechanics.
Those are mine.
Well, I rather assume they were yours, given whose bathroom this was, Doctor.
Most items in here belong to Laura. I've never allowed Stella to touch them.
Stella being Mrs. Dalton.
I can almost picture Laura in that tub. She loved hot baths. I don't need a towel.
Yeah, you're not a hitchhiker. Hitchhikers need towels. This has been established in-game.
I already had one today.
No useful items we need here. Closet. Oh my, that's a downright spacious closet. Nothing useful I can see. Oh wow.
I can't look at that dress without remembering how Laura looked in it. She was radiant in white.
Seems to be everything. There's a little clock by the closet, or by the mirror. Interesting to see what he says about the different things in the
Laura's
house.
father found a baby owl while hunting and brought it home. She loved it. It died the night before our wedding day.
Oh.
Put a slight damper on things. One of my ancestors salvaged pieces from a burned cathedral and installed them in Dreadhill House. Laura wanted to clean some of it out, but she never got the chance.
Hey. Is it Zizzy Squirrel? Welcome in. I haven't had any problems with it getting muted. Yeah, because I know especially during the title screen there's a song which also played during a cutscene. I haven't had it any problems with it being muted. It may also be because I have the volume somewhat lower. I definitely recommend it so far. I've enjoyed it. And when I get stuck, it's usually just because I'm missing seeing or clicking on some detail. Yeah. The one thing is, I'm playing the CD-ROM version, but I've read someone say it about the Steam version too, that sometimes the frame rate will drop really slow when you boot it up, but if you just reboot the computer, then it seems to work fine. So, Zizzy, is that from? God, is it Zork? Or I know it's a reference to one of the famous text adventures, but I can't remember which. Oh, maybe so. I know that's what it is when Unity pulls that sort of stuff. But fortunately, it's an easy fix.
Spare rooms. I keep them locked.
Oh, Colossal Cave, aka Adventure. Right. No, because I know another streamer named MZizzy, which is the same thing. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. It's the beauty of text adventures. You don't have to know how to pronounce things. Whereas if it were voice acted, the game would tell you how to pronounce it. Have you played any of the developers' other games, Zizzy Squirrel?
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, nice.
Tea and toast? Want it in the lab as usual?
It's a
Not yet.
surprisingly
I'll eat
small
later.
Twitch world out there.
You need to eat, David.
Later, Stella.
Don't tell me what
As
to
you
do.
say.
I'm a scientist. I don't need to eat. I need to study. Nothing important. Oh, you play the whole Gabriel Knight series. Nice. I've seen other people playing that, and I know they're supposed to be great. I really want to play them someday. I just played this because I had it. Because I have at least the first Gabriel Knight in a box somewhere.
Have you noticed anything unusual in the house lately?
What do you mean?
Oh, Sam.
Signs of a break-in or intruder, or just the presence of someone else in the house?
No. No, of course not.
You have seen something in the house. What is it?
I never said.
You're acting strange.
Now that's the pig calling the cow fat.
I want you to tell me.
I don't care to talk about it.
I haven't heard that expression before. Wonder if that's an actual British expression. The pig calling the cow fat. It's still there. Maybe we can try and get the information out of her. Yeah. Like, I've heard about the pot calling the kettle black, but this one... I'm sure there are more takes, variations of that expression we could come up with.
Please, Nana. Please tell me. It's important.
You only call me Nana when you want your way. Only ever did.
Please.
All right. It was 2 days ago. I was making your bed. I thought I saw a woman in the mirror on the dresser.
A woman?
It was just for a moment. And when I turned, no one was there. It was my imagination playing tricks, and no wonder with how quiet things are in this house.
2 days ago. But we don't know if this is taking place the next day, or still on, like, simultaneously on the second day while Sam is knocking around Oxford. So we don't know if it's tied to whatever appeared to carry away the old assistant.
It was Laura, wasn't it? The woman you saw in the bedroom mirror.
We're not going to start talking about ghosts in this house. It's not healthy, and it isn't fair to Laura's memory. Do you hear me, David Styles?
All right. Relax. Is that girl lurking about?
That girl.
You mean Sam? She went over to the university.
Good. Though a fat lot of good that does to my files.
So, what do you think of her?
Who?
Sam, of course. You are a bear this morning. She seems an independent sort to me. A go-getter.
Ms. Everett certainly has initiative.
She's not been any trouble to you, has she?
Trouble? That girl has it stamped on her forehead in letters a mile high. Not that I can't deal with a chit like that.
Well, I hope she works out. That lab is in a state and a half, and I've got enough to deal with caring for the rest of this old monster.
So you've told me.
I didn't see the letters, but I think he said... I mean, maybe he said a chit like that.
Did the university say anything when they sent her over?
Not particularly. Funny, I thought they said they were sending a medical student, but I told them that wasn't necessary and they must have changed their minds.
She's not a medical student. You'd think they'd have got that right at least.
I know. That's why I think they must have sent someone else. Do you want me to call them?
Doesn't matter now.
They're on to Sam.
They appear to be stuck with Miss Everett.
Like that, being bullied by Angela Lansbury.
Don't get too attached to the girl, Stella. I don't intend to keep her long.
What do you mean?
Angela Lansbury was great.
What I said. I needed someone to sort some things out for me and help with this new experiment. It's very short term.
But you can't just hire the poor girl and send her packing within the month.
I don't see anything poor about Miss Everett.
That shows how much you know about girls.
She did demand a fair
She obviously hasn't got a pot to you-know-what in, or anyone much to care would be my guess. You should have seen the state of her clothes when she arrived, like she's been wearing them for a year. She must be on one of those low-income scholarships, don't you think?
None of my business. The point is, I don't care to have a stranger in the house. The quicker it's done, the better.
Now, don't go upsetting yourself. I just thought it might be healthy to have someone else in the house.
Stella?
I won't say another word on the subject.
She'll probably conveniently forget that promise tomorrow. Oh, going to the office too now, I bet.
Looks like that's stocked well enough for the moment. If Mrs. Dalton needs more for incidentals, she'll let me know.
Oh, pictures of Laura, I'm guessing.
She hated me for taking this one, but I couldn't help it. She looked so radiant with joy. Laura and me. She looks wonderful in this one. That was taken on our honeymoon.
Oh, there they are.
We spent it in the Loire Valley in France.
Some kind of palace behind them.
That's the gîte rural we lived in, near Saint-Benoît-le-Forêt. Laura and me at the Assam Reserve, India. This is a picture of our lake cottage. I can use this for the memory I'm working on today.
Memory he's working on.
This was taken at the benefit dinner we attended the night of the accident. I only keep it because I can't bear to throw away any image of Laura.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I'd like to hear an explanation of the demon statue.
It's Indonesian. It's supposed to protect the house against bad spirits.
Hmm. One doesn't generally think about demons protecting against bad spirits, but what do I know?
My patients. I wonder how they're faring these days. That's my old consulting office. There's nothing in there that I want.
Ah, okay. We might as well head down to the lab. Nothing like a nice bottle of wine before science. Saying that as though I do science often enough to know.
I really should give some of this away to charity. It's just gathering dust down here. There are more vaults, but they're dark and treacherous.
I thought maybe you'd notice the flowers.
I don't need to look anything up right now. I bought that for the clinic. We never used it. A gold star for Miss Everett.
Yeah, at least he appreciates that we finished the work. Say
I bought that for the clinic.
I guess Dr. Styles is we now. Oh, I didn't think about that, Sizzy Squirrel. Throwing that MRI next to a bunch of metal bars. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the doctors know what they're doing, but... of course, I also don't know that it's a good idea to have just a bunch of uncovered skulls sitting on the shelf. Oh, yeah, maybe that's it, yeah. We never got around to actually turning it around on. Explain it.
These beds are a tad intimidating, I suppose. I've been down here so long I forget what it might look like to an outsider.
Yeah, well, pay the outsider well enough and won't have to worry about it too much. Ignore that tiny. Booting on hard drive. So we got the MRI viewer.
There's hours of data here. I don't want to go through it until I have several sessions for comparison.
236 megabytes. That was a pretty big amount of files back in 05.
The key to my private...
What that back gate leads to as well.
The doorbell is ringing. Who can it be?
I don't know if I should leave my lab
Dr.
unlocked.
Styles, there's a package for you. Shall I take it down to the basement?
I'll get it. Thank you, Stella.
I don't know what Mrs. Dalton would say if she saw that there were a couple dozen human skulls in the basement.
That must be my dialogue generator.
I swear it looks like that basement door has eyes.
Dr. Ramuskin invented these letter rolls. A random number generator controls the letters, so hypothetically one can create messages using only the mind.
Yeah, a bag of Scrabble tiles would be much easier. What exactly is going on? It feels like there's no save game option. We come across a bug. Yeah, like the picture was supposed to pop up but didn't, so there's no exit. Jeez. Nothing that seems to let me click on it. Household chemicals in direct link to asthma rise. I guess we should load and... Gee, I hope this isn't a bigger problem. Just a couple of minutes. Wait, can we snoop in Sam's bedroom?
That girl is in that room. I wish she'd stay at Oxford.
You may not know she's keeping live rabbits in there.
Good morning.
Morning.
Tea and...
Not yet.
You...
Later.
As you say.
I wonder what's in that bottle there. It really looks like a beaker or something.
Have you...
What do you...
I don't
know.
You have seen
I
it.
never...
You're act...
Now...
I
don't...
Please.
You...
Please.
Oh... It was... We're not...
All right. Is that good?
You mean...
Good.
So...
Who?
Sam...
Ms.
She's not... Well,
So, did the universe...
Not particularly...
She's not... Doesn't matter. Don't get too attached to the girls. What I said.
But that shows how much you know.
No.
Yeah,
Stella.
I won't.
Good talk, Mrs. Dalton. I wish all our talks might be so brief. There we actually
A gold staff.
need to do anything in here, though.
The key to my... The doorbell is ringing.
I found the hit ones.
Oh, Dr.
I'll get... That must be my dialogue generator.
Yeah, agreed, Zizzy Squirrel. Glad it only sent me back a few minutes. I'll save again. See if it does the same thing. Worked that time. Dear Dr. Styles, you sounded anxious for this, so I had it couriered to you. As we discussed on the phone, the only thing you need to do is connect an RNG monitor to my little invention here. Since you have my book, I won't bore you with the details. Ramuskin. Oh, Siberia had an issue where you would get stuck in walls or parts of the background and lose a bunch. That's so frustrating. I think when you have to save compulsively every 10 minutes just because you're afraid you'll get stuck. You'd think they would have patched it out in these games by now.
I should take another look at the instructions in Ramuskin's book before I put this thing together. Good. Now I can get started.
Tank lid. And now it looks like sort of giant metallic insect to me.
I want to do a session in the tank today, but my memories of Laura have been fading. I outlined a plan for revitalizing them on my video logs.
Or vlogs, as they would now be called.
There's been a presence in the house.
Let's zoom in. Agreed. If you were doing vlogs online and had a YouTube channel, that'd be pretty weird. Fascinating from a scientific perspective. Talking about I heard a sound. Off. Felt Laura's presence in the bed. To do today. Psi research. Build RNG device. Isolation tank session. As outlined in videotape. tape. Got an old appointment book here too.
It's old.
Well, at least you're aware.
It's a scanner. I don't need to make a new video log right now, but I want to review the ones that are on my computer.
Which is a widescreen computer using the command prompt. That's not something one sees every day.
I'm not ready for the tank session yet. I still need to find a sensory item for sight. I still need to find a sensory item for smell. I need to find a sensory item for taste. I need to find a sensory item for touch. What was Laura wearing that night? I need to find an auditory sensory item. We must have been listening to music that night.
But it really looks like the good doctor just has a brain in a jar on his desk. Gary's Image Shop Home Edition.
Laura always preferred dry reds in the evening, but that's all I can say for certain.
Oh, to find something for taste.
That's far too many bottles. I'll have to narrow it down further.
Yeah, like, you know, the Indonesian demon that wards off evil spirits. Reasonable explanation. The crow, the skulls, the brain, it's a... I'd like to hear the reasonable explanations if there is one. Red, white, rosé. But not black. Which is not in fact black, as we have established.
There are still too many bottles.
Wonder. The region might be where they spent their honeymoon. I'll have to look at the picture to find it.
I've decided to try to keep Laura with me. For years, I've researched the possibility that consciousness, or mind, is not the same thing as the physical brain. Since Laura's funeral, I swear, I have felt her presence. I've decided to spend several hours a day in the isolation tank, visualizing Laura. I don't know what will be the outcome, except probably to indulge my own grief. But if any of her energy remains, then by giving it attention and focus, maybe I can lengthen its influence. Since work no longer interests me, I've decided to make this my work. I will log the results.
He's just repeating it. Ryan from the Languedoc region. Oh, does Gabriel Knight 3 take place there? I wouldn't be surprised. It's 3 years.
I've been spending 2 hours a day in the tank. The results have varied. Sometimes I'm convinced I feel Laura's presence. Other times I'm not able to get past my doubts. I still believe Laura is here. I do. Bergson, the philosopher, believed we choose our own reality. If nothing else, I have done that. I'm having new equipment designed that should boost my sessions in the tank. That is all.
Three-year gap. Almost.
Laura would be 33 today. Happy birthday, Laura. Happy birthday, darling.
August 8th. I assume we'll need to know her birthday at some point.
Something strange has been happening. There have been several incidents that indicate a presence in the house. The presence of Laura. It sounds insane, I know, but there have been undeniable physical phenomena. Is it possible that through my sessions in the tank, I've given Laura the energy to manifest? I plan to keep a careful record of events as they unfold, and there might be something in the field of psi research that could help. I'll look into it.
Psi research. You're right, he's British, so he puts the date and then the month and then the year. It's a good thing that the birthday is 8/8 and doesn't confuse the international players. In God's name, I'm getting text messages at this hour. It can't possibly be work. It is work. Well, so I've got a spot of work to do tomorrow. It's just small. I think it's something I can knock out in an hour. And I knew I needed to do a bit of work over the holidays to get caught up anyway. Nice. It's like the bastards we have to send the stuff to took Black Friday off like everybody else, but no.
Laura's presence in the house has continued. I've decided to begin a new experiment to study the effects of imagination. I'll use students as subjects and my fMRI. My hope is to record data on the areas of the brain involved in detailed visualizations. Perhaps using biofeedback, I can train myself to stimulate the same area in my own brain and thus increase the power of my sessions in the tank. This may, in turn, give more energy to Laura.
Look, he's becoming dangerously obsessed. That's the reason for this whole experiment. Science Magazine 2000. The last century and a half have transformed our understanding of the human brain, the biological foundation on which our individual personalities are built. This article outlines basic facts about some of its key areas. Right. Good thing nobody ever imagined anything strange under sensory deprivation. The cerebellum consists of the two symmetric cerebral hemispheres separated by a fissure. Oh no, the cerebrum, excuse me. The outer layer of the cerebrum is called the cerebral cortex. The cortex is composed of gray matter, mostly nerve cell bodies and unmyelinated fibers, and is an adventure game designed by Jane Jensen, and is associated with higher brain functions such as learning and memory. The subcortical cerebrum is composed of white matter, mostly myelinated axons. The corpus callosum. The corpus callosum is a large band of white fibers located beneath the cortex that connects the left and right cerebral hemispheres, functioning as a conduit of communication between them. How long is this going to be? Okay. The massa intermedia. The interthalamic adhesion, or massa intermedia, geez, they couldn't just give it one scientific name, is a small structure about 1 centimeter in diameter connecting the two halves of the thalamus. Its function remains unknown since no neurological deficit has been observed based on its absence. In fact, the massa intermedia, which is larger in females, is only present in about 4 people out of 5, more often in females than in males. The pineal gland, also called the pineal body, epiphysis cerebri, epiphysis, or the third eye, is a small endocrine organ between the two hemispheres, named after its resemblance to a pink cone. The pineal gland secretes melatonin, a hormone that affects the regulation of sleep and wakefulness, as well as seasonal functions. Yeah, I didn't know that either. The third eye was a specific gland in the brain. The pons. The pons is a band of nerve fibers that connects several parts of the brain and affects many cognitive functions, including the processing of sensory information, motor control, and level of consciousness. The thalamus. In the caudal, tail to rostral, head sequence of neuromeres. Neuromeres. The diencephalon is located between the mesencephalon and the cerebrum. Statements like this can be found in many reference works, and while they may satisfy the scientist's thirst for precision, here it would be more meaningful to say that the thalamus is part of the posterior part of the forebrain, known as the dicephalon. The thalamus is a vital relay station of sensory information on its way to the cerebral cortex, and also affects the regulation of sleep and wakefulness. The two halves of the thalamus are on average about 5.7 centimeters in length. As indicated above, they adhere to a variable extent in humans. However, the adhesion contains little or no interthalamic neural connection. God. Very technical. Unless I'm mistaken, the pons is in the brainstem, because in the 90s I watched a cartoon in which a serious little mouse sang about the parts of the brain to the tune of Camptown Races. I watched some strange cartoons as a child. It's the same experiment plan that Sam found. His cover experiment for the real thing. Drew so much odd animation in the 90s, but some of such amazing animation too. Really great shows. What's that? Oh, the scanner. We need to... It didn't give us any indication where the book was, did it?
I should take another look at the instructions in Ramuskin's book before I put this thing together.
Oh, is that the book? Thought it froze for a second. There have been thousands of legitimate scientific studies done on the psi phenomena over the past 100 years by such top-notch universities as Princeton and Cambridge. The bulk of these studies was conducted in the following broad categories. Telepathy, one subject sending a picture or design to another subject, one subject visiting an unknown location and sending thought pictures of the location to another subject to describe it. Precognition, subject predicting a card from a deck of 5, subject predicting the results of the random number generator, subject predicting the roll of the die. Telekinesis, mentally forcing the number that will appear on the RNG, and same with the dice. Oops. Anyway, interesting facts about psi discovered in these experiments. Studies where the subject was in non-normal states of consciousness, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, or dream, scored higher than those conducted in a normal state of consciousness, which would indicate there may be protective mechanisms against psi built into the ordinary waking state of mind. The demonstration of psi effects is of 1 to 10% above pure chance is true of the general population. However, about 1% of the population scores much higher. That would indicate that powerful psi is a rare talent or gift, akin to that of a musical prodigy or world-class athlete. Groups of subjects working together have a greater psi effect than individuals, especially if related in a bonded relationship. The highest psi results have been obtained by studies using RNGs. Yeah. Oh, I see. These are different, like, bookmarks. Psi using... Why does it keep zooming out again? I'm something with this damn mouse wheel. Psi using random number generators, or RNGs, show the best results. An RNG is a device which randomly generates numbers between 1 and 39. This type of device seems to work well with psi, because if you try to mentally force the RNG to come up with a number, for example 13, the fact that it might do so does not violate the laws of nature. After all, there's a 1 in 40 chance on each and every roll that a 13 will appear. Thus, forcing a 13 is an easier task for the mind than moving a ball or bending a spoon. However, if after 50 tries you have generated 10 instances of the number 13 instead of the one that would occur by pure chance, it is likely that psi was taking place. In a previous experiment, I used the basic idea of an RNG combined with a tray of Rolodex cards filled with the letters A to Z plus one blank card to enable subjects to generate short words and phrases by the power of the mind. Each Rolodex was controlled by a flipping mechanism that operated as follows. The RNG motor was set to generate numbers 0 to 26. If a 1 signal was received, it flipped to the letter A, 2 to B, and so on. And if 0 was received, the tray flipped to the blank card. I hope to allow subjects to build short words or phrases using the power of their minds by focusing one letter at a time on the tray and trying to make the letter they wanted appear. After some trial and error, I found the settings that worked best. First, I set the chances of any card change occurring to very low probability. Since 0 generated a blank card, I set the RNG monitor to generate a 0.99% of the time. Thus, Rolodex only rarely turned to any letter at all, upping the chance that when this occurred, it was quite deliberate. Then, to generate any letter with equal percentage, I set numbers 1 through 26 with the remaining percent. Once a Rolodex on the tray flipped to a letter, the tray would lock that letter and then move on to the next Rolodex. In this way, the RNG motor controlled only one letter at a time. Finally, all other numbers could stay at 00, as they were not used in the experiment. There were remarkable results which are being compiled for a major article. Any interested scientists are encouraged to do their own versions of the experiment. Okay, write the dialogue generator and the RNG motor. 1 to 99. 00 is inactive. Percent generation frequency as average with the remaining percentage. Yes, Izzy, it looks like a kind of complicated diagram here. Percentage sliders. And sliders on the side. Okay, so we make sure they're all set at the center. There's all an equal chance within that 1%, is my understanding. 99. Perhaps I was looking at the wrong part. I wasn't paying much attention to what the center looked like. doesn't show anything in the middles.
Dr. Ramuskin invented these letter rolls. A random number generator controls the letters, so hypothetically one can create messages using only the mind.
So are all the settings handled on here then?
No. I've got something set wrong on the motor. I need to take another look at the...
Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. You said those are numbers. Average with the remaining percentages. Right. Zero isn't that? Wait. Yeah, I think I can figure this out. Zero isn't active. Oops, wrong bookmark. Right, so then set 0 to 99%. All the other numbers stay at 0, 0, right? So I get 2/3 of what we have to do. We have to set 0 to 99%. 27 through 39 is 0, 0. But 1 through 26. Oh, wait. That looks like a percentage symbol, so I guess we just leave 1 through 26 as percent. If they'll handle it evenly. Let's see if that's it. Is this? Shoot. I messed with that one. And it's really hard to see because it's so light colored. Can you guys in chat tell me what number is 39 set to? Is it 00 right now? I don't think it would have reset after I looked away. Yeah, I'm using magnification software to zoom in. Wait, that looks like a 7. 6. Okay, yeah, I think I got it.
It seems to be correct.
Oh. Oh, good. Oh, thanks for your help. I appreciate the game telling me when it was correct. Thank goodness. Yeah, no, I have to. I'm zoomed into like 5x magnification, but I was able to see it well enough then. It's obnoxious because the other ones aren't, you know, there's a much sharper contrast between the numbers. Still, very small chance that you would run into that.
There, that's got it.
No.
The dialogue generator is set correctly. I'm hoping Laura will be able to use it to communicate.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. I wonder why. Yeah, maybe they figured or beta tested it and most people could see it well enough. Mucking about with technology like this brings me back to playing Stories Untold. That's all we can do here, right?
I still need to find a sensory item for sight. Right. I still need to find a sensory item. I need to find a sensory item for touch. I need to find an auditory sensory item.
I assume it's the night of her death. So it's 05.
Laura would be 33 today. Happy birthday, Laura. Happy birthday, darling.
So. So would that be 72 she was born? Math facts were never my strong point. This is just a guess.
That's far too many bottles. I'll have to narrow it down further. That was taken on our honeymoon. We spent it in the Loire Valley in France.
Loire Valley.
That's the gîte rural we lived in, near Saint-Benoît-le-Forêt. That's the gîte rural we lived in, near Saint-Benoît-le-Forêt.
Those sound French. I assume they have wines from there.
Wow. That's far too many bottles. I'll have to narrow it down further. There are still too many bottles. Terrific. That narrows it down to 3 bottles. I can easily taste that many.
Cabernet d'Anjou. D'Anjou? That's a type of pear. We must be talking about pear wine here. Yep, alcohol. Yes, lick the bottle.
It's not bringing up any memories.
Yeah, it's a good thing he has the database logging all his many wines. That's a good thing he didn't give them to charity too cavalierly.
I think... Yes, this is it.
This game really does have some cool cutscenes. Chapters are a good length. Smell we can probably get from the bathroom. Touch, I'm guessing from the closet. Compare the photo from the night she died. Sight, picture and sound, music.
I still need to find a sensory item. I still need to find a sensory item. I need to find a sensory item for touch. I need to find an auditory.
Okay, this seems pretty manageable, actually. Haven't taken a look at the back gate, though.
There are more vaults, but they're dark and treacherous.
Thanks, Susie. Yeah, I think I see how to get to touch as well.
Laura at our lake cottage. I wanted to rebuild the memory of a night we went swimming there. I'll take this for a visual cue.
Oh, perfect. Oh. Nice. And it shows the bottle of wine, which nudges you in the right direction of figuring out the taste.
This was taken at the benefit dinner we attended the night of the accident. I only keep it because I can't bear to throw away any image of Laura.
He says that night. He's not sorry, the night of the accident. He's referring to the night of them. He remembers them swimming. It's not the same bathing suit. It looked dark in the cutscene.
She hated me for taking this one, but I couldn't help it. She looked so radiant with joy. Laura at our lake cottage. I wanted to rebuild the memory of a night we went swimming there. I'll take this for a visual cue.
Well, let's poke about the closet. We've got to go raid the bathroom anyway. But then we kept all those bottles.
I can't look at that dress without remembering how Laura looked in it. She was radiant in white.
Not that simple. Wait a minute, I did see something at the bottom here. Dark. No.
I'm not getting anything from that. This is Laura's bathrobe. She wasn't wearing it that night at the cottage, but her swimsuit should be around here somewhere.
It looks like that might be the swimsuit. Yeah. Looks like we may. Yeah, very much activated that neuron. Shoot. Oh, I thought it was stuck in a loop. I don't know if that was intended or not. Yeah, I was starting to be worried it was a bug. Don't know if I'll remember enough of those lyrics, but if I heard that song again, I would recognize it at once. Oh wait, that's right, Sam discovered in the parlor there's a extensive collection of music. Yeah, agreed, Dizzy Squirrel. It's like each flashback like pushes you, gives you a hint towards one of the others. That's good game design right there. It's the dining room. Yeah, the old hi-fi.
I think I remember what we were playing that night. Now I just have to locate it. The Vivaldi collection. No, I don't think it was Vivaldi.
The Scarlet Furies. Yes, that's the one we were listening to at the lake. The Scarlet Furies. That's one we were listening to at the lake.
Brighten dies, my secrets lie not far away.
Another real song.
His medals many have I answered plea. My general now often.
You still haven't told me what we're doing for my birthday tomorrow. I hope you haven't planned anything epic or embarrassing.
It's your birthday tomorrow? Slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm. As if you'd miss any opportunity to be devious.
His weary head, he lays his body down. dies, my secrets lie not far away. His medals many have I answered plea, my general now.
Oops. Yeah, looks like it is. Oh, skip video. Nice to have that built in. We've got taste, sight, touch, smell, sound. Hope we don't get DMCA'd. Even if the VOD gets muted. I always record my streams too, so I can upload that to YouTube. I wish it was like the Lost Crown, where if you just click enough times, you warp right to it and basically fast travel to the next screen. Ooh, cutscene. No one can accuse me of save scumming. Oh. You played Toonstruck. It made you nervous about copyright when you put it on YouTube. Yeah, but with YouTube, it's just like, see my experience, they basically just say, oh yeah, this is copyrighted, so any money you make from it goes to the copyright holder in these territories, except the only thing was when I screened like an actual video that was copyrighted in France and some other areas, then I think it was like, because of that, this video won't be displayed in those territories. Just for audio, I've never had that issue.
That's not right.
Not right? I'm just trying to figure out what the hell it is. Fermel. Send. No CD button.
Now the CD tray is opened.
Oh, funnel. Oh, okay, thanks.
The Scarlet. The CD is loaded. That's not right.
Yeah, I suppose we put the perfume in there.
The shampoo is loaded in the scent filter.
Shampoo. Oh, that makes sense. You smelled her hair. Open tank.
Everything's set. I'm ready.
How's he going to do the taste one? Yeah.
Dies, my secrets lie not far away. His medals and his badges all told by day. Many have I answered plea, my general.
You still haven't told me what we're doing for my birthday tomorrow. I hope you haven't planned anything epic or embarrassing.
It's your birthday tomorrow? Slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm. As if you'd miss any opportunity to be devious. Speaking of which, Dad says he'll be joining us for a few days in Venice at Christmas. Won't that be marvelous? I'm glad you talked me into it. It should be so lovely with all the decorations and the ceremonies in the cathedrals. Blue tiles. Blue tiles. Check the cars, David. Check the cars, David.
Yep, maybe it's looping again. That's fascinating. The Scarlet Furies are a folk band, and the front singer songwriter Raleigh Holmes, who does the music for Jane Jensen's games. Oh, that's really cool. They used his music in this one too. Oh yeah, this is the same. Check the cars.
Mrs. Dalton has it serviced twice a year. I don't touch it.
Yeah.
Mrs. Dalton.
She mentioned blue tiles. I said to check the cars.
That's just an old folly. It's been empty for years.
Oh, I guess you can rewatch the video. I guess we'll be watching it again anyway. Careful attention to what she says. Oh, wait. What am I doing? We can check the Rolodexes, can't we? I always want to say Rolexes. Oh, he's wearing a coat when he goes out.
I am. I'm? Maybe I'm trying to come through? The dialogue generator is set correctly.
She's just trying to instant message.
I'm not sure what Laura's trying to say, if that is indeed Laura. I'm not sure what Laura's trying...
But it's not Laura. Who is it? I wonder if we want to record another vlog.
I don't need to make a new video log right now, but I want to review...
The key to my private lab.
Don't have anything else in our inventory.
I wanted to get those things done today.
Sci research, field RNG, isolation tank session. Actually, I didn't look in the other lab. Oh shoot, that was the wrong one. I don't think there's anything else here, like, this computer will just be about the new experiment, right? Yeah. Blue tiles, check the cars. You know, he's not going to comment on his own crow. Is it? I thought I saw another skull.
Hello. Everything all right?
Fine, thanks. Is that girl lurking about?
You mean Sam? She went over to the university.
Good. I have to admit she did get a lot done this morning.
So, what do you think of her?
Who?
Sam, of course. You are a bear this morning. She seems an independent sort to me. A go-getter.
Miss Everett certainly has initiative.
She's not been any trouble to you, has she?
Variation on what he said
Trouble?
earlier.
That girl has it stamped on her forehead in letters a mile high. Not that I can't deal with a chit like that.
Well, I hope she works out. That lab is in a state and a half, and I've got enough to deal with caring for the rest of this old monster.
So you've told me.
Good talk. I'm curious what he'll say about the paintings.
Old family portraits. Laura took them down when she moved in. We meant to have them restored, but it never happened.
What the hell is that? Lovely.
Man's never seen a motorbike before. Exactly how long have you been a recluse, Doctor? A couple of years now? Hey. Yes. Wonderfully non-judgmental. Very accepting of other people's motorcycles. Okay, I gotta watch it again and see what I may have been missing. The early adopter before you start trash talking motorcycles.
Bright and eyes, my secrets lie not far away. His medals and his badges all dull by day. Many have I not simply my general.
Seem to be brain scans over the white dot there or something.
You still haven't told me what we're doing for my birthday tomorrow. I hope you haven't planned anything epic or embarrassing.
It's your birthday tomorrow? Slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm. As if you'd miss any opportunity to be devious. Speaking of which, Dad says he'll be joining us for a few days in Venice at Christmas. Won't that be marvelous? I'm glad you talked me into it. It should be so lovely with all the decorations and the ceremonies in the cathedrals. Blue tiles. Blue tiles. Check the cars, David. Check the cars, David.
Yeah, you're right, Zizzy Squirrel. It's blue tiles and check the cars, plural.
Spare rooms. I keep them locked. That girl is in that room. I wish she'd stay at Oxford. She's not here now, but I'm sure Mrs. Dalton saw Laura.
Let's think what rooms we haven't been in. Tiles.
I already had one today.
Yeah. There's a sculpture of Laura. I'm sure there's nothing in the drawers.
These are my clothes. Nothing to remember from that. I remember this sweater. She looked great in it. But she never wore it at the cottage. She wasn't wearing that on the night I had.
Yeah. It's only for that one puzzle. Yeah, sometimes it lets you fast travel.
I could call the police and check up on what Laura said, but I don't remember the number. These remind me so much of Laura. She loved to paint at Timmins Park. Laura's paintings of Timmins Park. Laura's painting.
All the same.
Laura's paint. Laura enjoyed throwing dinner parties. Seems so foreign to me now. The family china.
There's an owl or something up there.
Most of these were Laura's. She was the music lover in the family.
Not the appointment book, perhaps.
That's my old consulting office. There's nothing.
As far as finding the number, that's worth a shot.
It's old.
That's really all there is to be said about that. Here that can help us.
I'm not sure what Laura's trying to say, if that is indeed Laura.
Right. I feel like that's all they'll say here.
This part of the house is centuries old. The original builder had a penchant for the great cathedrals on the continent.
Is that how you're actually supposed to pronounce penchant? Like one of those French words that still retain its original pronunciation? Or is that another British thing? Yeah, there's a few words like that I've heard pronounced both ways. And that's just the textbook.
I don't need to look anything up. I'm no longer tripping over files every time I cross the room. That's a relief.
message board. Yes.
Hello.
Fine, thanks. It's a business card from Inspector Pacer of the Oxford Police Department. He was the investigator on the accident.
Simon's business card with his phone number.
I think I remember that one of those cards belonged to a policeman.
Hello? Inspector, it's David Stiles. You worked on my case. Car crash in Oxford.
Oh, Dr. Stiles. I remember. Your wife. Terrible accident.
Yes. Look, I know it was a long time ago, and this is a strange question. Was there anything unusual about the cars? The car that hit us, perhaps, or just anything you remember?
Hang on a sec. I'm looking at the file. Listen, what made you call and ask me about it now?
I thought I remembered hearing something. It's been bothering me.
I don't remember ever telling you. You were in the hospital and, well, anyway, there was something a bit off. The car that hit you, the gas pedal was fused to the floor, actually melted into it. Thing is, that car didn't burn in the crash. Not a bit of it. It might explain him running through that give way sign, except how the driver got from his home 5 miles away to that junction with a gas pedal in that condition is a mystery to me. Dr. Stiles?
Thank you. You're right. Very curious.
If there's anything else I can...
I'll be in touch.
Bizarre. Maybe we could look at those pictures again. Right.
She hated me for taking this one, but I... Blue tiles. And yes, there is something odd about this photo. I need to examine this more closely.
On our computer, mayhaps. There's the blue tiles behind us. Light beam.
Oh my god. What is that thing?
Like a face with eyes.
The picture is as good as it's going to get without professional help. What I don't know is what the hell it means. The picture is as good as it's going to get without professional help. What I don't know is what the hell it means.
Yeah. Now this really is great, Sissy. Yeah, that's cool that we were able to reveal that. Now, professional help. Almost done with this chapter. I better finish it and then call it a night. Wait, appointment book.
It's old.
What a shocker!
I'm no longer tripping over fire.
David, can I get you something?
No, I'm fine.
We've already established this, Miss Dalton. I don't eat.
What is that piece of junk metal out by the garage?
You mean the bike? I saw that. I assumed it belongs to Sam. It's broken down from what I can tell. That explains the state she arrived in.
It's a bloody eyesore.
Well, since no one ever comes to Dread Hill House, no one will ever see it, will they?
Yes, how often does Dr. David Styles poke around the garage anyway?
Listen, ring the repair shop in town and have them collect that bike. Tell them to do whatever they must to fix the ugly thing.
Why, David? That's generous of you.
Can't have the girl getting stuck here, can I?
Oh, that was what we needed to do to trigger it. Another night's experiment.
Do you have something to say to me, Miss Everett?
No.
Turn that thing off, please.
Harvey.
Dr. Styles, are you sure it's safe after what happened last night?
Safe? Of course, why wouldn't it be?
Streamer streaming game on stream. Streamer, I'm afraid. Streamer, you must pause my stream. Streamer got a raid. Here's a raider leading raiders. Welcome raider, welcome raiders. Are the raiders alligators? Raider, grackle.
Avoozle, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? You guys, please go check out Avoozle. He's mostly a retro streamer. Streams a bunch of adventure games. Wow, you got every star in Super Mario 64. That's amazing. Congratulations. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Purblind Gamer. I'm a legally blind retro and variety streamer who streams a lot of adventures and a lot of action games. And right now, we're playing Grey Matter, which is a sort of a mystery adventure game, but it may be a horror game. I play a whole lot of horror, and things are starting to get slightly creepy. And welcome in. Is it Retro Demiurgy and everyone else? Great to have you guys here. We're actually close to wrapping up. I believe we just finished a chapter of the game, and we're watching the cutscene now. I wonder if I can. I might as well restart the cutscene now that I think about it. Oops. It must have taken you so long to find all 120 stars in Super Mario 64.
Yes, I'm being followed by a Twitch viewer.
Thank you so much for the follows, Izzy Squirrel. Welcome to the community. Really appreciate it. We were actually just... I believe it was right before we triggered that cutscene that we'd saved. They were playing as this doctor whose wife died several years ago, and he's doing experiments trying to establish contact with her consciousness and prove that she's still here. He just found out there's something odd in relation to her death. He also does
Everything all right?
Fine, thanks.
Experiment with these college students. That on paper it has another reason, but it's partly to do with the study of trying to contact his wife's spirit, or consciousness, I should say, and study that.
What is that piece of junk metal out by the garage?
You mean the bike? I saw that. I assumed it belongs to Sam. It's broken down from what I can tell. That explains the state she arrived in.
It's a bloody eyesore.
Well, since no one ever comes to Dread Hill House, no one will ever see it, will they?
Even fewer people go into that garage.
Listen, ring the repair shop in town and have them collect that bike. Tell them to do whatever they must to fix the ugly thing.
Why, David? That's generous of you.
Can't have the girl getting stuck here, can I? Do you have something to say to me, Miss Everett?
No.
Turn that thing off, please.
Dr. Styles, are you sure it's safe after what happened last night?
Safe? Of course, why wouldn't it be?
He doesn't even know.
Why should Dr. Styles concern himself with fraternity pranks?
I still feel as nervous as a virgin on prom night.
Settle down. I'm not paying you to chitter-chatter. Lie back and close your eyes. Relax. Sink into the bed. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Tonight, you're at the swimming pool at St. Edmund. Your eyes are closed and you're standing on the rough cement surface next to the pool. You grip and relax your bare feet. Your toes can feel all the tiny bumps and smooth paint of the cement. You smell the chlorine in the air and feel dampness on your skin. When you open your eyes, you will see a pleasant illumination from the lamps reflecting off the water.
Get out! Get out!
It's so dark. The game started to have this problem with replaying the same cutscenes multiple times.
Sam! Sam! Something's happened. Get up, come on.
What? What are you doing in my room? A few seconds earlier, and you'd have caught me dressing.
Sorry, I'll wait in the hall.
Leave it at the end of the chapter. Yeah, me. I kind of want to keep going a little bit more, but it's 3:30 a.m. My boss texted me after midnight. There's something I gotta take care of before noon tomorrow. But after midnight, it was no longer Thanksgiving, so technically my boss didn't text me on a holiday. And I appreciate that. Yeah. Much as I would like to, I should probably be responsible and call it a night now. I'm sorry, but hey, that's a good indication of how good the game is when you want to keep playing. Yeah, the story keeps getting more and more interesting. I wonder how many chapters there are. Yeah, and I kind of like you getting to switch between the two player characters for different chapters. See kind of different sides of the story. Yeah, I'll go ahead and find somebody to raid. But as for what's coming up on the stream here, I don't know. Well, we still have to finish this 1920s horror novel, Benighted, that I was reading as an audiobook. And I was thinking maybe I should try and do that tomorrow night. I don't know.
And I'm sure I'll end up with other stuff to do tomorrow, though. So maybe I shouldn't. Now, Saturday, we'll have Short Horror Saturday, as we usually do. And Sunday, we'll continue Doom 64. Hopefully die a little bit less. And, yeah, then next Wednesday, I don't usually stream Thursdays, but next Wednesday, we'll stream more of Grey Matter. And I'll be looking forward to that. Okay. Let's see who's still online. Oops. I haven't rated her in a bit. Oh my gosh, Fractal Mind Mike is playing Gabriel Knight 3 by the same developer as Grey Matter. Ah, shoot. Mr. DJ, it's his 3-year Twitch anniversary. Yeah, much as I would like to raid from one Jane Jensen game to another, I guess we should go say hi to Mr. DJ and congratulate him on his 3-year Twitch anniversary. Yeah. Hopefully next time I play this we'll be able to raid Practical Mind Mike or somebody else playing Gabriel Knight. Or someone else playing Grey Matter, conceivably. I didn't even look. I know it's not as well known. There we are. Thank you guys again for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate all the chatters and all the lurkers and all the help in the games. And I appreciate the raids tonight and the follows and everything. It's wonderful to have everybody here. And as a reminder, you can follow me on Twitter and MySpace, where I post stream announcements and polls and random thoughts sometimes, and then more stream announcements. And you can find VODs of my past streams up on YouTube. Even those with copyrighted music. There's actually a surprising amount, especially of indie games. But I hope everybody has a good night and had a good Thanksgiving and gets plenty of rest. Please say hi to CJ and wish him a happy anniversary. And see you guys here this weekend for more horror and doom. And not necessarily. Nah, it'll probably be in that order.